start with leadership is character. And we hear the word so often. He's a great man of character. She's a woman of character. Even in Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech, I have a dream that one day my 4 little children will live in a nation where they are not judged by the color of their skin, but the content of their character. Character, right. So I want to ask you, and I want to get your feedback. What does it mean to have good character? Just throw something out there. Not everybody all at once. Go ahead.
Positivity.
Positivity. Keep going. What else?
Having good morals.
Good morals. Give me one more.
Responsibility.
Responsibility. Those are all good. Good. Excellent. I was often told during my development as a leader that leaders must be firm and hard-nosed and unemotional. But I disagree. It's okay at times to lead from your heart and to stay true to your principles. When you get into the center and throughout your high school career, you're going to want to attain leadership positions and titles and even recognition. But through all that, do not forget, do not sacrifice your character for any achievement. There's a survey that's often done, and it's been conducted across the country, across the world. And one of the questions asks, what qualities do you admire in a leader that you are willing to follow? And one of the top-ranked answers, despite geography, despite ethnicity, culture, age, organizations, is honest. People want a leader who is honest, who is transparent. Because when you're honest with the people who you're leading, that loyalty will come and that trust will come. And then they'll be willing, oftentimes, to do things for you that you ask them to do that they would not do for anybody else. Next. Sorry. It's easy to show our positive qualities when everything is going well, right? We can be happy and cheerful and optimistic when things are going the way we want them to go. But our true character is tested, and it will be tested during those difficult times and during those trying times. And I have a couple examples for you. One is by a famous man. I argue that many of us know who he is. Famous quote, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get." Who is that? Forrest Gump. Good old Forrest, right? And some people may argue Forrest Gump is not a leader. And I disagree. Yes, he may not have the highest IQ. However, he was able to endure difficult times. And if we think about some of those, losing Bubba, what he experienced with Lieutenant Dan, losing his mom, losing Jenny. And through all of that, he was able to use his integrity, make the best out of a situation, and treat others the way that they should be treated. He didn't stab people in the back. He didn't talk about people behind their back. And that's what good leadership, quality leadership is all about. Another example is a man by the name of John Huntsman. He's a successful, in essence, billionaire, successful businessman, excuse me. And he actually did very well in high school, very well in college. And when he got out of college, after he graduated, his mother was diagnosed with breast cancer and passed away around the age of 50. Afterwards, his father diagnosed with prostate cancer. Stepmother diagnosed with ovarian cancer. He himself diagnosed not once, but twice with cancer. But instead of being angry or thinking, woe is me, he decided to take that difficult situation and be a leader out of it. So he and his wife created a cancer research institute that has donated and raised over $350 million across the world. And beside his desk, there's a quote I'd like to share with you. It says, "The greatest exercise for the human heart is to reach down and lift another up." And he says that's what life is about. And I say that's what leadership is about. Reaching down and lifting other people up. Now, it's easy to look at other people and get examples about what leadership is and character and how they tie in together. But first you have to identify and understand yourself and your values. Because the hardest person you will ever have to lead is yourself. So think about your values and reflect on your ideas. What I believe in outside of the classroom, outside of James River, and outside of this specialty center is the same things and the same things I stand for inside of the classroom, inside of James River, and inside of the specialty center. A good leader with character, your values don't waver depending on your environment and depending on your situation. Even when no one is looking, because I think that's the key. Even when no one is looking, when there are times when you're taking a test and no one's watching you, or when you're on Facebook and you think that your page is private, or you're at a party, which you're not allowed to go to now, but one day you may be able to go to, about 10, 15 years from now. Those are things you want to think about. Now, the next thing I want you to do is reflect on your ideal image of yourself. Imagine that you are honored as Student Leader of the Year, and hundreds of people are gathering to honor you. What are these individuals going to say about you? Parents, teachers, friends, maybe even the principal. What would you like for them to say about you? What words or phrases do you think should embody you as a leader and the type of character that you have? So lastly, I want to leave you with 3 principles. They're very simple. The first one, follow the New York Times test. So whatever actions that you conduct or words that you may say, would you be okay with them being on the front page of the New York Times, including transcripts, which includes dialogue? Number 2, stand up for what you believe in, even when you're the only one standing. A quick example, my senior year high school, I was an athlete, captain of my cheerleading squad, and yes, cheerleading is a sport, for those who may disagree. And the team decided to conduct some activities that I disagreed with, and I decided not to participate. And it was one of those situations where there was a mean girls type of thing where no one decided to talk to me. I was basically alone by myself. But at the end of the night, I was able to sleep at night knowing that I did what was right. So it's okay sometimes to stand alone. Third, value every single person that you will ever meet, that you will ever interact with. Just a quick story. There's a guy, he's pre-med, so obviously he's trying to go to med school, taking a huge biology test. And at the end of the test, there's one question. What is the name of the cleaning lady at our school? He's dumbfounded. I didn't study for this. This wasn't in my study guide. It wasn't in the textbook. So he goes up to the professor and asks, is this going to count? And she looks at him and she says, absolutely. In our lives and in our careers, we're going to meet people who are going to affect us, whether you think so or not. Every single person that you meet and that you interact with in some form or fashion, you need to be sincere to them and you need to value them, even if it's just with a hello or a thank you. So lastly, I just want to leave you with make a difference in your life and the people you touch directly and indirectly. And mark that with a quality of character. Thank you.